Welcome, everybody. My name is Antitious, and this is The Sinking City. This is a game I haven't seen too many other YouTubers play besides Brad. Shout out to him. I feel like it's an interesting game that a lot of people should have played. A lot of mystery, solve, and puzzle type thing. So, came here to bring you guys some gameplay on the Nintendo Switch version. So, let's get into it. Frosty Welcome. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmount, Mass. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women from across the country are drawn to Oakmount, hunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning. The presence of something great, yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself. Then come to Oakmount as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on the way. Cordially, Jonas Van Der Bird. Yeah, I seen loading up the game that I guess it's inspired or came from Lovecraft, which definitely a thumbs up. If you have not seen Lovecraft Country, directed by my guy who came out with Get Out and all that. If you have not seen that TV show, watch it. Amazing actors, amazing story, everything. It does touch on a lot of racial things, so if that is something you try to avoid, which you shouldn't, just gotta take it as it come, then don't watch that show. But if you can push through all that, it's definitely something to watch. Fully recommended. But besides all that, let's get back into the game. Man snatched the mirror with the quickness. The Kraken. They tell you never stare down the barrel.
I never have to use it. But something tells me I will.
Sir. Oh. Yeah, I read all this before. Hey.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
Why is that? I'm pressing A on this. It's not letting me. Oh. Well, guess I can't mess with that.
Now get out! Now get out!
At last, Mr. Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg. I guess I didn't expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my manners? Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Reaching Oakmont was no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety packet ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it nigh impossible to reach. But you made it, Mr. Reed. I'm sure the tides of fate would have brought you here one way or another.
That's an eye-catching suit.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. A mere flood is no excuse for one to abandon one's style.
I take it you're a big fan of yellow.
Well, I have a particular weakness for it. Call it a personal quirk.
Tell me about this flood.
It began 6 months ago. Storms raged for several weeks, and the water has risen ever higher without receding. Now the city is cut off from the mainland. I must say I rather like it, despite the inconvenience. Atmosphere, you know?
You said you know someone who can help me with my problem. The visions have been getting worse.
Such vividness of dreams is not uncommon here in Oakmont. By chance, the man I spoke of, Robert Throgmorton, is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Can you tell me a little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel. Here's the key.
Sounds charming.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot, or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia. gathering seeds of thought, like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you. We'll meet again, Mr. Reed.
That was a lot. I lost my train of thought. Word. Hotel. Where's the part? Oh. It's a grip. Oh yeah, that's what I was about to say. See, I love games like this coming to the Switch. Like different games and games you wouldn't think of. But this is why we need a pro. This is not, graphics wise, it's not doing the developers nor Switch owners justice. I mean, it's fine. It's not taken away from the story or anything, but it does, you know, catch your eye often. Oh.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my son is found, and that is final.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston. I was told you might be able to help me.
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
8-Man said what?
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouth-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
Your son.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers, mark my words.
Okay, monkey man.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family.
Royal
It has
monkey.
blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Exquisite? More like monkey.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damned city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells, they are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to
Better
know
answer
more
this
about
guy
what happened to
questions.
Albert.
Tane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to their house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
You mentioned a lifeboat. Is it still around?
Yes. Face the house, then to the left is a beach that borders a fence. You'll find it there.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Like, don't order me around like that, my guy.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
How ironic, my guy. How ironic. If they like fish people, ain't this kind of like weird eating fish? Almost like cannibalism.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Hater.
Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, private eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis, we were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... okay. My head began to burst, and he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing, just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was add or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea what Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Who is this K you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or, Kay, did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Man, like, oh. 2 shots of the Hennessy put me down.
Choo-choo.
Choo-choo. So he told you. He doing that because he hit the bottle. His knees got weak, his panties got wet.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Oh.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Yeah, I could tell that. What is going on?
So that's what an Innsmouther looks like. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work.
Oh, shit.
Glenna, Nechri, Glenna, Gebheil, Nukulina,
retro recognition. Retro cognition allows you to understand events that happened in the past. Inspect enough evidence on the scene, the vision will merge. Step into it and find all the critical scenes. Mark them in chronological order to gain new evidence. Oops. Okay. Oh. I don't think I got all the evidence, do I?
5 cards short of a full house. I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Ah.
Choo choo.
His voice sound familiar, or at least the voice actor. Let me go downstairs. Maybe I forgot something. Okay, let's get up out of that.
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed. The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
So I don't know why it keeps on doing that. I press down. That's all.
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for. Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
Alright.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here. I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
I think I got everything. Alright, step into it. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, run!
Take this, ape face.
What's happening?
Okay, let's see what we have here.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
What's happening?
Oh, that wasn't right. Okay, so 1.
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Mind Palace. Investigation of the main case reveals clues for your Mind Palace. Press to open the casebook, then switch to Mind Palace. Mind pairs are relevant clues to get. Alright. Evidence. Crucial information for the case is added to the casebook. Deductions. These explain nuances of the case. They are displayed in the Mind Palace. Some deductions can be interpreted differently. This can lead to different conclusions. Discover all possible conclusions to fully understand the case, but it's up to you how to solve it. Okay. Let's go. Okay. Oh, okay, it's there at the bottom. Okay, hold up. This is gonna take a little second. Okay. This happen. No. Throgmorton. I've messed that all up. Sentiment. As an inmouther, Luis and his people suffered at the hands of the Throgmortons. That could be a reason to hate them. Yeah. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous. Albert Throgmorton was dangerous and posed a threat to Louis Flynn and his fellow fishermen. Cool. Albert spread hysteria around him. Albert Throgmorton spread some sort of psychic influence which made everyone nearby suffer hysteria. Huh. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Louis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I could track them using my supernatural sense. All right.
My head. I still hear those voices. My head. I still hear those voices.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
I'll use evidence again. Evidence interact.
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots.
Seemed like it was getting dangerous to stay in this mode.
Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong. There's something in the pocket.
Bloodstain note. Louise, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest. Peter.
And the blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
what's that? Boy, I don't know what that thing is. Face hugger? Man.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate. One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
What is that?
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
Boy, I don't like how it make that how the game makes the camera so close. Like it's hurting my head. That's called good immersion. Guess not. Damn, I'm striking out. See, I know I didn't have all the evidence. Lewis may have wanted Albert dead. Lewis may have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton, rather than just drive him off. Could be. See? Lewis may be at the bar. Lewis, the in-mouther that killed Albert. I'm not even gonna try to attempt it. May be hiding at the Oakmont bar. Alright. That's enough of me messing up the commentary and the notes and words in general. I will catch you guys in the next episode. We will go to the bar, continue the story. But like all YouTubers with the biz, like, comment, subscribe. If you want more content from this game, I have other games as well that you might want to check out. Check out the channel and find out for yourself. So, until next time, peace.